Life is short, but most people spend it like they have infinite time. Here's the reality. The average person lives just 30,000 days. That's it. Think about this. If you are 30 years old, you already used up 11,000 of those days. Gone. Never coming back. I should do it someday. But someday is a dangerous word. It tricks you into thinking you should have all the time in the world. In the next 15 minutes, you learn powerful strategy to make your time count. Not just managing it, but truly living it. These aren't generic tips about time management. These are deep insights about how life actually works. Chapter 1: Time, Perception and Psychology. Time plays trick on your mind, and understanding this trick is your first step to mastering it. Remember, when you were a kid, summer felt endless. A single day could feel like a week, but now years fly by like months. This is the time's unique paradox, and it's not just in your head, it's so your brain actually works. Here's the science. Your brain measures time by recording new experience. As a kid, everything was new. Your brain was constantly recording, making time feel slower. But as an adult, your routine makes days blur together. Same breakfast, same commute, same Netflix shows. Your brain literally skips recording these moments. Just another normal day, stuck in the comfort zone. This is the trap of time blindness. But you can hack this system. Take different routine to work. Learn a new skill every month. Have conversation with strangers. If you experience force your brain to pay attention, making time extend again. And that's the biggest time perception mistake. We consistently overestimate what we can do in a day, but massively underestimate what we can do in a year. This is why people quit their goals too soon. Chapter 2: Priority Management. Most people confuse being busy with being productive. They fill their way with tasks that feel important but don't actually matter. Here's a powerful tool: the date bait test. Think about yourself at 90 years old. Look back. Will you care about that extra hour at the office or the time you spend with your family? Suddenly, priority become crystal clear. I will finish this report first. Meanwhile, life real priorities slip away. One day at a time. Here, what successful people understand. Knowing what not to do is more valuable than knowing what to do. It is the two-list strategy. Write down everything you want to achieve. Now, after call the top 3 times, everything else that yours advice list. Think about compound interest, but for life choice. Small daily investment in the right priorities multiply over time. But there's the catch. Social media, busy work, and constant distractions steal your attention from what truly matters. The solution? Ruthlessly eliminate the non-essential. Your time is too precious for anything else. Chapter 3: Relationship Dynamics. Relationships work like bank account. Every small interaction is either a deposit or withdrawal. A genius compliment, deposit being late consistently, withdrawal. And just like real banks, you can make withdrawals if you haven't made deposits. I don't understand why they are upset. I only reach out when I need some things. And that's the problems. Most people focus on big gestures, expensive gifts, grand celebrations, but hear the truth. Small daily deposits matter more. A random checking in, remembering small details, being there during tough times, hear the something counterintuitive. Share suffering builds stronger bond than share pleasure. Going through challenge together create deeper connections than just having fun. And don't ignore your weak ties. Those casual acquaintances and distant friends, they are your prize with new opportunities, ideas, and perspectives. Strong ties comfort you, but weak ties help you grow. Want to expand your sense of time? Help others. It's the ultimate paradox. Giving time makes you feel you have more of it. Chapter 4: Career and Purpose. Your best career opportunities aren't where you think they are. They are one step outside your comfort zone. This is the adjacent possible, the sweet spot between what you know and what you could know. I need to stay in my lane. But that's exactly how career gets stuck. Here a massive career mistake. Optimizing for money too early. In year 20s and early 30s, optimize your learning. Every new skill you gain is like a lottery ticket for future opportunities. Money follow knowledge always. Forget the career later, it traps. Modern careers are more like jingle gyms. Move sideways, diagonally, even backwards sometimes. Each move builds a unique skill combination that make you irreplaceable. This job is comfortable, but the comfort is career quicksand. The longer you stay in the role you are outgrown, the harder it is to leave. Here's the secret. You productive procrastinations when you are avoiding one task, channel energies into learning something new. Your procrastinate project often reveal your true passions. Chapter 5: Health and Vitality. Health isn't just about living longer. It's your life force multiplier. Every other aspect of your life either improve or suffer based on your health. Period. Think about this. Would you rather have 8 energized hours or 12 draining ones? Your energy level matters more than your time. I sleep when I dead. Wrong mindset. Sleep isn't just rest. It's your brain's superpower. Without it, your decision making becomes as poor as being drunk. That promotion you want, that relationship you are building, they all depend on your brain working at its best. Here's something nobody talks about. You are two different people. Morning you and evening you. Morning you make plans. Evening you has to follow through. Then late morning you become a tyrant. One life hack, micro workout. Then push up here, a quick walk there, 5 minutes of stretching. This small environment adds up. Your body was built to move, not sit for 8 hours. Remember this. Physical movement create mental clarity. Stuck on problems, move your body. The solution will come. Chapter 6. Learning and Growth. Want to learn anything faster? Teach it to someone else. This is the teacher effect. Explaining something forces your brain to understand it at a much deeper level. I'm not ready to teach yet, but that's exactly why you should teach. Your struggle makes you a better teacher than an expert. You still remember what confusing. Here is a great learning hack. Read biographies. Why? Because each one gives you a lifetime of experience in just a few hours. Want to avoid common mistakes? Learn from people who already made them. Most people try to get good at everything. Smart people stay strategically bad at some things. It's called deliberate amateurism. It keeps your brain flexible and your ego in check. Constant aren't your enemy. They are your superpower. Limit times, limit money, limit resources. Good. The limitation for you to be creative. And here the most valuable skill, knowing when to quit. Strategy, quitting isn't failure. It makes space for better opportunities. Quit fast on things that don't serve your growth. Chapter 7. Emotional Intelligence. Your emotional have a secretary. The chemical that create any emotion, anger, fear, frustrations, lasts exactly 90 seconds in your body. After that, you are choosing to stay in that emotions. I can't help how I feel, but that's the truth. While you can't control the first wave of emotion, you absolutely control the second. Think of emotional regulation like a superpower. Raw intelligence may get you the job, but emotional regulation gets you the promotion. Why? Because people trust those who can stay calm in chaos. Most people hide their vulnerability. Smart people use strategically showing the right amount of vulnerabilities at the right time builds deeper trust than always appearing perfect. Here the costly mistake. Avoiding difficult conversations. These conversations are like compound interest in reverse. The longer you wait, the more emotional debt you accumulate. That small issue you are avoiding, it's growing bigger every day. And gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice. Unexpressed gratitude is like having money in the bank you can't ever withdraw from. You eat or lost it. Chapter 8. Financial Wisdom. Money isn't just about number in your bank account. It's about something far more precious, your freedom of time. Here the truth most people miss. Making more money often makes you poorer in time. Your income grows, your lifestyle expand, bigger house, more maintenance, fancy car, more worry, better neighborhood, longer commute. Finally, I can afford everything I want. But that's a trap. Lifestyle inflammation is like running on a treadmill, moving fast but going nowhere. Think about time influence. Would you rather make 100,000 working 80 hours a week or 70,000 US dollar working 30? Your true hourly rate includes everything you sacrifice for that money. Most people get this backwards. They buy objects but rent experience. Smart people rent objects and buy experience. Why? Because experience appreciates in value while object usually doesn't. Here the ultimate financial skill building margins. Living below your means isn't about restrictions. It's about create space for opportunities. The space is your ticket to real wealth. Chapter 9. Creative Living. Creative isn't about waiting for inspiration. It works more like a full cycle. When you first turn it on, rusty water comes out. That's your bad ideas. And you need those bad ideas. They clear the way for the good ones. I'm waiting for the perfect idea, but that's like waiting for the water to get clean without turning on the tap. You have to push through the rust. Here's something counterintuitive. Creative love contrast. Give someone unlimited opinion and they freeze. Give them limit option, they can get creative. Think about it. Saki P wrote in thick matter and realm. Those limits force his creativity. More people try to create and judge at the same time. That's like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and one on the brake. First, create, judge later. Document everything you create. Your brain is like a creative muscle. It needs to see its progress to grow stronger. Though really terrible attempts, they are your proof of improvement. And here the real secret. Combine skills nobody else combines. That unique intersections that your creative superpower. Chapter 10. Personal energy. Your energy is your most precious resource. Time management is useless without energy management. You can't do meaningful work if you are running on empty. Most people never audit their energy. They don't realize that some activity give energy while others drain it. That morning walks, energy boost. That the toxic friendships, energy vampire. I just need more willpower. But willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired. Smart people don't rely on willpower. They design their environment to make good choice automatic. Think about decision fingers. Every choice you make takes energy. What to wear, what to eat, and when to exercise. That's why successful people often wear the same things and eat the same breakfast. They are having their energy for decisions that matter. Here, a counterintuitive energy hack. Strategic incompetent. Being deliberately bad at non-essential tasks means others stop asking you to do them. Your energy stay protected for what you do best. Remember this. Recovery isn't a waste of time. It's how you multiply your time value. Chapter 11. Social capital. Success isn't just about what you know, it's about who you know. But here's the thing. Real social capital isn't about collection business cards or LinkedIn connections. It's about building genius relationships. There's a simple formula for friendships. Time plus vulnerability. Vulnerability plus their experience. You can't shortcut any of these elements. Real connections need all three. I don't have time for networking, but that's missing the point. True networking isn't about taking, it's about connecting. The best networkers aren't collectors. They are connectors. They introduce people who should know each other. Most people underinvest, Most people underinvest in friendships mentally. They wait for big life events to reconnect. But strong relationships are built in the small moments. That random check-in text, that a quick coffee, that where real bond grow. Think about community like a garden. You can't plant all seeds at once and expect them to grow. You need constant small acts of nurturing. Every conversation is water. Every introduction is fertilizer. The truly successful people build their community before they need it. Because when you need a community, it's too late to build one. Chapter 12. Mental models. Mental models are your mind's shortcut to understanding reality. But here the catch. The map is not the territories. Your mental model are always simpler than reality. And that both their strength and their weakness. Most people ask only what's in front of them. They play checkers while life plays chess. Second order thinking is your advantage. Asking not just what happened next, but what happened after what happened next. It seems like the obvious choice. The obvious to whom? Your mental map may be missing crucial territory. That's why multiple perspectives aren't just useful, they are essential. Here the power truth. Knowledge isn't power, understanding is power. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Understanding is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. Most people select face. Smart people collect patterns. Think about inverse thinking. Instead of asking, how can I solve this problem? Ask, how can I create this problem? Sometimes the solution is stopping what caused the problem in the first place. Chapter 13. Life Design. Your life isn't something that happened to you. It's something you actively design. Think of it like a portfolio, not just of money, but of experience, relationships, skill, and dreams. Most people overvalue planning and undervalue testing. Life design isn't about making perfect plans. It's about running small experiments to see what actually works for you. I need to filter everything out first, but that's exactly backward. You can't think your way into the right life. You have to test your way there. Here's what most people miss about change. Tiny adjustments create massive results. Want to transform your life? Start by changing one thing for just 5 minutes. That small win builds momentum for bigger change. Think about your metric. Most people measure their life by society standards, money, status, possessions. But what if you design your own metric? What if success means time with family, learning new skills, or helping others? Regular life reviews aren't optional. They are how you catch problems while they are still small. Monthly review prevent yearly regrets. Conclusions. Life isn't about finding extra hours. It's about making your hour count. Every principle we will cover, from time perception to relationships building, from energy management to life design. Work together to create life worth living. Remember, time will pass whether you use it wisely or not. Your habits become your days become your years, and your year becomes your life. Start small. Pick one idea that resonates with you. Test it, refine it, make it yours. The best time to start living fully isn't someday, it's today.